And hello, it's been like pouring for a hot minute. And I don't know if you can hear it. Oh no, my fridge just came on. Yay. But it's been pouring for a hot minute. I can barely hear it, but when people are talking in the house downstairs, you can hear it. So who knows? It's crashing against my window. Yeah. Rain is very apt for these poems, but here I am, reading from Kevin, fourth in the I See Things in Blue series. Um, this one is titled Frozen. Um, Ironically enough, the second sentence says glued to a position, can't seem to change my condition. So after all that stuck and put down and put together, if anything, I know how to stay on theme. In words alone, because the same words keep popping up. So good job for Kevin, even though I couldn't find any about Kevin. Um, the themes are on. The themes are solid. So without, I'll just get into it. Frozen. I'm in a rut, glued, glued to a position, can't seem to change my condition. My purpose, the path I'm on, the direction I'm going, continuously seem to be seen in a certain space, my place in life determined by a will other than mine. No matter how hard I try to move in a way that's different from the predetermined direction I should be taking, nothing happens. I become motionless, frozen, incapable of changing course, and the pain to do so seems great enough to do me in. I'm in a battle with my soul and the universe, a fight I didn't choose, but I either give in or lose. But giving in is also losing. I wish that I were the one pulling the strings of my life, a puppet master of my own mind, but the fates have decided otherwise. So here I stand, immobile, the person I want to be docile, trying to break free from my motionless state, and I consider taking a step forward on the map like I'm told to. But I can't, won't, choose, refuse to move. If I can't be who I am, I can't be what they want. I'm going to stay in this place. Defy the fates. I'll find a way to rearrange my present position to something in direct opposition of what you choose. Life may not be fair, but that's okay. I don't play fair either. I will fight and take prisoners. I'm stuck, but not defeated. All right. I kind of like this one. If I'm working backwards, it says, I will fight and take prisoners. I always struggle with that, and I've reread it a few times now. Um, and in the original version, I mentioned that because I definitely started through it. It was really hard to say. Um, because we're so used to saying fight and take no prisoners. But the essence of this poem is that it starts off about someone being stuck in a place. And Kevin finds Dario when he's about to unstuck himself from this place. And that's literally what he helps him do. Um, Opens him up to do for himself is the better term. Um, but the way Dario attacks this, once he really goes into it, isn't a take no prisoners kind of way. It's more of a I am taking prisoners. I want you to see me succeed. When you made me fail, you're not gonna go away or disappear. I want you to witness it. That this is what you tried to do to me. But look at me now. And I think that's a nice way to kind of look at it because anyone who's not in his life, it wasn't by choice. Once he starts, doing the things that he's supposed to do, it just naturally happens. Like he doesn't go out of his way to make it happen. So the people that are sharing his circle, because it unfolds while he's still going to the same church. Like it's not like it just he removes himself from the situation of all of the places. He slowly eventually, once he finds himself, he'll be like, okay, I'm going to go to a different church. But while it was happening, he didn't really go anywhere, before, not until he started questioning his faith, because this was all he knew. This was the life he had. So if I'm going to change, you're going to witness this change happening. And it wasn't like he did it intentionally. But when you're reading it, you can kind of feel that energy, because the smart thing to do would have been to walk away from everything he associated with why he was hunting for this love in the first place. But he didn't remove himself from any of it, or cut himself off from any of it. He just decided it was the time, and move forward into that. And so I stumble over it because I really want to say, I I will fight and take no prisoners, but I didn't write it that way on purpose. I will fight and take prisoners. No, you're gonna, the energy of the poem when I wrote it, without associating it with Dario, was, oh, I'm kidding. I am taking you prisoner. You're going to sit here in this dungeon, and you're going to see me survive and thrive on the path that I created for myself. You're just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. No, I'm not going to destroy you. I'm not going to push you far enough away that you're removed from the situation. You're going to be as close as humanly possible, because I want you to see it firsthand. And that was the energy the end of this came from. And the rest of it starts off in a way where unforeseen circumstances force you to be away, like glued to a position, can't seem to change my condition, my purpose, the path I'm on, the direction I'm going. Continuously to be seen in a certain space, my place in life determined by a will other than mine. And that's basically what the middle of the poem is, the will other than mine. That someone else is deciding where I go. If I decide to go against that, I fail. But if I decide to go along with it, I'm equally failing. That's why a fight I didn't choose, by either I give in or lose, is followed up by giving in is also losing, because both sides of this coin are losing. And so ultimately, they decide that they're not going forward, left, right, or backwards. They're staying in the space that they're in. And the longer they stay here, the more they practice themselves and see where things could go, where they have been, what's circling around them, so that they can create a new path, so that when they do decide to go forward, it won't be like losing. Like, there will be no roadblocks to life will have lost, because they won't move forward until a solid alternative path has arisen, because they already know the pain that they're in now. They recognize the space that they're in now. They know they can survive from past history in the space that they're in now. So the most important thing to do is think about what the next move will be. But they can't make the move that's predetermined for them either. So they have to be willing to sit in where they're at, be patient, and find that new word and take it. And that's really what this poem is about. I'm going to stay in this place and defy the fates. I'm not going wherever you want me to go, but I will stay here for a while and find a way to rearrange my present position into something in direct opposition of what you chose. So whatever you already chose, I'm staying right here until I can fix my present situation into something that's so far removed from what you pre-chose for me, that once I go forward now, you don't have any backup plan to ruin this new plan of mine. And sometimes that really takes a lot of reassess and the willingness to stay put, and not try to go forward faster than you need to, and have the willpower to not go backwards. So yeah, that's why I really like this one, because there are a million and one ways to talk about being stuck and unhappy in the place that you're in. And this is just another take on that same idea, which is pretty much all I do when I write. How can I write the same thing differently? And this one worked out all right. So if you're here, again, as per usual, thanks for stopping by. I am going to throw one thing in there. No, I'm not. Thanks for stopping by.